Welcome to the Explainer. So you're on your trading app, you've done all the research, and you finally hit that buy button. And just like that, the shares pop up in your account. It feels instantaneous, almost like magic. But what's really going on in that split second? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and look at the market's hidden machinery.
Right, so you click buy. What actually happens next? I mean, who are all the players involved? Where does your money even go? And how do those little digital shares officially become yours? That's the exact journey we are going on today, following a single trade from that first click all the way to completion.
You know, the reason this whole process feels so effortless is because there's this invisible team of what we call financial intermediaries working behind the scenes. Think of them like a Formula One pit crew. Every single person has a super specific job, and they all work in perfect sync to make your trade happen fast, securely, and without you having to lift a finger.
Okay, so our journey starts with the player you're most familiar with, your stockbroker. They're your official, regulated gateway to the entire stock market. The bottom line is, without a broker, regular investors just can't get in the game.
So, your broker sets you up with a special trading account. Now, here's a really key point. This is not your bank account, and it's not where your shares are actually stored. Think of it as your action account. It's simply the tool you use to place those buy and sell orders on the exchange.
So how do you actually place the trade? Well, back in the day, you'd have to physically go to a broker's office or call a dealer on the phone. But today, of course, it's all about online trading terminals and mobile apps. And that shift is what's given us, the investors, direct access to live prices and the power to place orders instantly.
And, you know, a broker does way more than just execute your trades. They provide something called margin, which is basically a small loan to give you a bit more buying power. They send you contract notes, which are your official legal receipts for every single trade. And they give you a back office, which is just a dashboard where you can track all your activity. It's a whole support system.
Okay, so the broker helped you buy the stock. Great. But where does that stock actually live? Where is it stored? Well, this brings us to our second key player and this idea of a digital vault for all your investments.
This is honestly the best way to think about it. Just like property papers prove you own a house, a share certificate proves you own a little piece of a company. It is the official, legally recognized proof of your ownership.
Now, can you believe that before 1996, these were all actual physical pieces of paper? I mean, imagine the stacks of paperwork and the insane delays. The huge project to convert all that paper into a secure digital format is called dematerialization, or just Demat for short. This one single innovation is the foundation of all modern high-speed trading.
And this is a perfect summary. Your Demat account is literally a digital vault. When you buy a stock, the shares get credited to this account. And when you sell, they get debited from it. It's the secure official ledger of every single share you own.
So who actually runs this big digital vault? Well, it's not your broker. It's one of India's two central depositories, either NSCCL or CDSL. Think of them as the master vault, the central bank for stocks. But you don't open an account directly with them. Instead, you go through a depository participant, or a DP, who is basically their certified agent. And most of the time, your broker is also your DP, which just makes everything way simpler for you.
All right, we've covered the trading action, and we've covered the share storage. But what about the money? This brings in our third key player, and it's one we all know very well, your bank.
The bank's role in this whole process is actually really straightforward. They're the pipeline. They move money from your personal bank account into your trading account so you have funds to buy stocks, and they move the profits from your trading account back to your bank account when you sell. Simple as that.
Now for security and transparency, there's a very strict rule here. Your trading account can only be linked to one specific bank account at a time, and it has to be in your name. This is a huge deal. It prevents fraud and makes sure regulators can always see where money is coming from and going to. It creates a clear, secure path for your funds.
So we have the broker for the trade, the depository for the shares, and the bank for the money. But what if something goes wrong? I mean, what if one side just backs out of a deal? That's where this final, totally hidden player comes in. Think of them as the referee, the one who guarantees every single trade is honored. The super important job is handled by the clearing corporation. Every major stock exchange has one. And their entire purpose is to stand in the middle of every single trade and make sure that for every buyer, there's a seller. They guarantee that the final swap of money for shares happens no matter what. You'll never see them, but they are the bedrock of trust for the entire market.
So what are they actually doing? Well, it really boils down to two main jobs. First, they match up the debits and credits for every transaction. And second, and this is crucial, they make sure nobody can default. Once a trade is done, it's done. You can't back out. The clearing corporation guarantees it, which totally removes the risk of the other person not holding up their end of the bargain.
So there you have it. Those are all the key players in the market's hidden machinery. Now, let's just zoom out one last time and see how this whole beautiful ecosystem fits together. This really brings it all home. You have three totally separate accounts, and each one has a very specific job. Your bank account holds your money. Your trading account makes the trades, and your Demat account holds the shares you own. This separation is on purpose. It creates a system of checks and balances, so no single company controls everything. They're three separate pieces, all linked together electronically to work like one.
This entire system, the broker, the depository, the bank, the clearing corporation, it's not an accident. It's a very carefully designed, heavily regulated ecosystem. And it was all built with one single goal in mind: to create a market that is so reliable and so trustworthy that you, the investor, never even have to think about it.
And that really brings us to a final thought. Every single time you click buy, you are putting your faith in this hidden machinery. The whole system is designed specifically so you don't have to worry about whether some stranger on the other side of the world is going to deliver the shares or send the cash. That part is guaranteed. So the real question is, knowing this deep layer of trust is built into the very foundation of the market, how does that change the way you invest?